Daddy born poor, mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. Four babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with the Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join me this Tuesday morning, April 11th, 2023. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to make you a successful currency trader. We do that by teaching you how to trade using our highly accurate proprietary trading indicators. And we do that with personalized one-on-one training, which we think is the most efficient and effective way to learn how to currency trade. It is always best to learn from someone who knows what they're doing, and we've been doing this for almost a quarter of a century now, and have thousands of students who do it and do it well. Today is my last day in Europe. Tomorrow I'll be on my way back home. So Thursday will kind of be on a regular, more regular schedule. So with that, let's just jump right in, and we first need to listen to this guy.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the reasons we do these live sessions is so that you can evaluate for yourself how good the tools are and whether they'll work for you. Once you become a member, we have live trades like this every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time in the morning. Also at 10 p.m. every 10 p.m. Eastern time. That evening trade tends to be, they're looking for trades that are 10 pip plus. Morning trade tends to be a little scalp trade. And then one of the keys, or one of the things that we think makes our traders successful, is that we are continually providing training. Every Wednesday evening, we've got an advanced member meeting. Every Saturday morning, we've got a back to the basics where we go over a specific technique and take questions to help you continuously improve. I work off of a kind of a checklist that helps keep me focused and make sure I am doing the right things, or I don't miss things. One of the first things I do every day is I do restart my green chart to refresh the memory and pick up any updates. Good habit of every day is to take a look at or review your activity from the previous day. I find this is very, very helpful in figuring out what I might have done wrong or what mistake I might have made when a trade doesn't go the way I expected it to go. Sometimes you can get everything right and it still go the wrong way. Yesterday, we although I had a good day, I did skip doing the live trade because the banks were closed. When the banks are closed, the volume is lower. When the volume's lower, our indicators don't tend to perform as well. So today everybody's back online, so we're good. We are technical traders. We are trading strictly based on the price action, and our indicators are very good at helping us figure out the direction that the move is going to go. If we can figure out the direction the move is going to go, we can make money from it. However, news does impact currency. So we want to know what that news is, and we get that news by taking a look at forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into three categories. Yellow is low impact, which I tend not to worry about. Orange is medium impact, and red, which we don't see any. I think there's tomorrow. There's at 8:30 a.m. their consumer price index numbers coming up. So we've got pretty much clear sailing today for the rest of the day. So we don't have to worry about news impacting anything. So with that, let's take a look or start our trade analysis. We've got a dozen different trade signals. When we trade you, we're going to create a trade plan that's specific to you, the way you like to trade, the time you have available for trading, and kind of the risk that you're looking to take. I like to trade off of the 10-point trade signal off of a 1-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, I want to be 30 minutes into it so that the charts had some time to form. On a 1-hour chart, a move is worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. My sweet spot tends to be 10 to 11 pips, especially if we're looking at support and resistance and where we are within the channel. And I am expecting my trade to close within 1 to 3 hours. And basically what I'm trying to do here is get all the lines to line up a certain way. And when I do, I have a good setup. So let's see if we can do that. I am trading off of the light 6 major, which is one of the standard charts, standard layout charts. And as I said, it's a composite chart. It's showing me 6 different currency pairs, all US based on this first chart. And we are, we'll start with the Australian US dollar. I start with the middle part of the chart. I am looking for situations.
Excuse me, Paul.
Yes.
Excuse me, Paul. Sorry to interrupt you. I don't see your chart. If you're trying to share your screen, I just wanted to give you a heads up. We don't see it.
You don't see it. All right. Let's see if we can figure that
out. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries. That's a legitimate interruption. Let me figure out why I am not. You guys aren't seeing it. Let's see here. How about now?
Yep, we're good. Thank you.
Perfect. Sorry about that. It's been a while since I've done this, and I usually am not doing it off of the my laptop, so the sequence is a little different. All right, so again, thank you for reminding me. I guess you didn't need to see that earlier stuff. All right, so first chart here is AUD USD, and I start with the middle part of the chart. This is, we call these the majors and minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray is the minor indicator. Horizontal red line is the oversold line. So when the market's oversold, that's usually a good time to buy. And this horizontal blue line is the overbought line. When the market's overbought, that's typically a good time to sell. And specifically, I am looking for when we are oversold, like we are here on the Australian US dollar, I am looking for all the lines to be going up. I don't have that. Minors have started to turn and go up, but the majors haven't. I want all the lines going up, and I want what's known as a double cross, where the green line is crossed over the red and the gray lines crossed over the black. So we don't have that here. Euro USD, We are overbought. Minors are coming down. Majors have started to come, but we don't. This is really sideways and not down. And I don't have the double cross on the majors where the red line is crossed over the green line. It's almost there. In fact, even though it's not quite there, I think we're going to take a look. I want to just take a look at the full chart on this. One other thing I want to point out is 2 hours ago we were overbought, and you can see you can be overbought and still get a good move. Oops, come on here. Overbought, and this was worth, if you took it all the way to the tail, you could have gotten 20 pips on that. So so you can take a buy when you're overbought. I don't. It's not part of my trade plan. I only need to get a couple trades a day, and I want to really catch it when it's overbought and it's going to go down through the channel. So something like, and we caught this here and we wrote it down through the channel. Now, actually, as we were talking, the green line was slanted down. It is now slanted up. So actually, I'm not going to take a look at this. I thought this was ready to go down. This is a case where I was going to cheat a little bit, but it's not here. And this on the major, what we're seeing is a duck bill. Here's the bill. Here's the duck's head. Usually when you see the duck bill, there's a little bit more up in the movement. So we're going to pass on this. Now, since all of these are USD-based pairs, since we don't have a trade on one, the likelihood is we won't have a trade on any of the others, but we're going to walk through and see. Pound USD overbought, majors going up, minors are going down, so we don't have agreement. USD Canadian dollar overbought, everybody's coming down, and we've got the double cross. The red line is crossed over the green, and the black line, even though you can't see it, is crossed over the gray. So we've got 3 points here: one that we're overbought, two that we're everybody's going down, and 3, we've got the double cross. So when I have 3 points here, I'm going to jump up to my TNTs and see how many of the lines are supporting what I'm seeing here. So the 2 orange lines are going down. So they're the thick and the thin orange. So that's telling me sell. Thick blue is going up. The blue lines are inversely related. So what that means is when blue is going up, that means sell. So 3 of these 4 lines are telling me sell. I need to have either 3 or 4 of the lines telling me sell. So I have 3 of them here. And I got this stupid thing in the way. Get it out of the way up here. And I've got sideways pressure with green on top. What makes the pressure, so I don't have a point from the pressure. I either want the lines coming down or I want the red line on top, and I have neither here. The green line is sloped down, but the red line is sloped up. So this is sideways. It's weak sideways. What makes it weak is I've got this big gap between the red and the green line. The closer the lines are together, the stronger the signal. So I don't have the last piece of it that I want. I want at least 1 point here, 3 points here, and 3 points here. I've got the 3 points here. I've got the 3 points here, but I don't have the 1 point here. The other thing I'm not crazy about on the TNTs is the slope is a little bit less than 45 degrees on the green line. I want the slope to be a little bit steeper than 45 degrees, or at least minimum 45 degrees or steeper. And right now, to me, it looks like it's a little bit less than 45 degrees. USD Swiss franc oversold. Minors are going up. Have entered the channel. Majors are going up. I do have the double cross, but what I definitely don't like about this is the slope of the green line. Now, the slope of the green line, it looks like there's a little kink here where it's going from less steep to more steep. That's positive, but we're still not quite steep enough to my satisfaction. It's clearly less than 45 degrees, and I prefer to have the major just entering into the channel. Right now, there's this gap, so I prefer it to be more like what we're seeing on the minor than this, because when the major line, and you can see for the last 4 hours, it has been oversold, and we've had a big down move. So I want it really entering into the channel versus being down here. And then USD yen oversold, minors going down, majors going up, so we don't have agreement. So now let's go take a look at another group of 6, and this time I've cloned this chart, and I've made non-US pairs. Euro pound, we are majors are in the middle of the channel going sideways. Minors are kind of going overbought and going sideways. So nothing there. Australian dollar yen oversold. Everybody's going, majors are kind of going down. Minors are sideways. This is not a good time of day to trade the Australian dollar yen. It is approaching evening in both markets. I want to have at least one of the markets be daytime. Euro Canadian dollar overbought, minors going down, majors going up, so we don't have agreement. Australian New Zealand dollar oversold, everybody's going down. Again, not a good time for this as it is evening time. I have the chance of going to New Zealand in a couple weeks, so I may do that. So we'll be broadcasting from there. Pound yen in the middle of the channel. Majors in the middle of the channel. Minors is overbought. Steepness isn't really that great on the green line. Usually, I will pass on it once it's after the halfway mark, which just is. And as I said, the steepness of the line isn't quite steep enough for me. So let's keep going. Euro Australian dollar overbought. Minors are starting to come down. Majors are starting to roll, but neither are there yet. And one of the things I learned early on is it is not good to anticipate what the indicators are going to do. It's better to wait until they do what they say they're going to do, or until they give the indication that they're doing what you expect. I'd rather give up a few pips and avoid a bad trade and just wait till the signal is clear. So let's keep going. So here's another 6, Canadian dollar yen oversold, majors still going down, minors going up. Euro New Zealand dollar, it is still daytime in Europe. It's 6 hours difference, so it's what is it, 12:50 here, so we still have a few hours left. Overbought, everybody's going down. We don't really have the double cross here. The red line hasn't crossed over, and again, the slope of the green line it's almost horizontal. It's far less than 45 degrees. So we're going to pass. Pound New Zealand dollar. This is a little bit better overbought. Everybody's going down. We do have the double cross. If I jump up to the TNTs, two orange lines going down, two blue lines going up, dotted blue very slightly going up. So I've got all four here. I've got up pressure, but looking at that, looks like the red line is on top. We have 8 points here, one on the pressure, 3 here, 4 here. What I don't like is the slope of the green line. Not quite steep enough for me. I'm going to hold off and see what else we have before I decide, but we might come back to the pound and New Zealand dollar. Write that down. Great Britain pound and ZD sell. And I want to take. I only like to have 1 or 2 trades going at a time. So I want to be kind of picky in my selection because once I enter into a trade, that there's an opportunity cost to it that I can't take another trade because I'm locked into the one trade because I want to keep my margin percentage high. New Zealand dollar, yen, we don't have agreement. Oversold and don't have agreement. New Zealand dollar, USD, oversold. Everybody's going up. And the minors aren't going up great, but the majors are okay. They're entering the channel. 2 orange lines going up, thick blue coming down. So 3 of the 4 telling me buy. I've got down pressure though with red on top. So this is probably the best signal that we've seen. The lines are converging on the pressure. They're getting closer. The green will eventually cross over, but it's not quite there yet. Euro, Swiss franc. We're in the channel, overbought just at the halfway point or just crossing the halfway point. So I've got 3 points here. Only thing I don't like is that there's a kink in the green line, 2 orange lines going up on the TNT, 2 blue lines coming down. So I've got all 4 here. And I have sideways pressure with green on top. So I have 8 points. I want to, let me see what else we have before we decide on this one. Because again, I don't like the kink in the line. But let's see what else we have before we decide. Australian dollar, Canadian oversold going down. The yen or Swiss franc yen in the middle of the channel. I don't like this because we've been hanging out in the middle of the channel too long. I like to catch it at one end where it goes up and then comes back down. This middle of the channel stuff I'm not crazy about. Again, we're halfway. We got the kink in the line, so I'm going to pass on that. Pound Australian dollar overbought, sideways. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc oversold. Majors starting to go up, minors going down, and the Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, majors going sideways, majors going in the channel. So we got nothing. Let's go back and we'll take a little bit more of an examination on this, on that euro Swiss franc. So once I see that, what I am going to do is I want to confirm the setup. And the way I confirm the setup is I look at the 2 and the 4 hour chart on that pair. So let's do that. Oops, come on here. So that's the euro Swiss franc. Euro Swiss franc. And what I'm looking for is I want to see both the 2 and the 4 hour oversold also. In this case, they were both in the middle of the channel and they turned. The reason I want it oversold is if this signal weakens, I'll still get the trade, but it'll come off the longer chart. So it'll just mean it takes longer for it to execute. And I have the best chance or percentage of having it do what I want to do if both of these are oversold. And neither of them are. They're in the middle of the channel. They turn. They're going up. These are kind of good signals, but because I don't want to waste a trade, I'm going to pass. So with that, let us see if we can just take a scalp trade using a different signal. This trade is called the thick orange line trade, and it's based on the position of the thick orange line. And when the thick orange line is as high as it can go, it is at 10, which you see right here. It's a scaled number, so 10 is as high as it can go. If it's at 10, that means it doesn't think there's any more up in the move. There's no more up in the move. When the clock changes at the top of the hour, which is in 2 minutes and 28 seconds, we can catch 5 pips off of that. But we want not just the thick orange line to be at 10 or 0. We want it at those positions, and we want the majors to support that. So I'd want the major line to be overbought, which it's not. It's oversold. So we don't have it here. We have the 10, but we don't have the majors being oversold. 5 is not close enough. 7's not close enough. 1's not close enough. 0.3 is close enough. It can be within 1 of either end, so that's within 1 of 0. But these aren't oversold. The red lines, both the red and green line are touching, so they're not quite there yet, or they've already started to turn. And what this trade relies on is that there's going to be a little snap when the hour changes, and we can get 5 pips off of that. So 8.3 isn't close enough. 5.8 isn't close enough. 6.2, 1.6, no. 2.1, 3, no. Let's go to the next group. You can see I can do this one pretty fast because I'm just looking for that 0 or 10. No, 5 isn't close enough. 0, yes. This is approaching it. Oh, yeah. Oh, see, the red line hasn't crossed over. The red line of the majors hasn't crossed over the red line here. I want the red line to be where the black line is. So it's not quite there yet. 4 isn't close enough. 2 isn't close enough. 9, yes. But these guys are still in the channel. I want them to be overbought. So nothing there. Last pair, or last group of 6. 2 isn't close enough. 9, yes, that's within 1 of 10. But I want this to be way up here or in the overbought. It's oversold, so we don't have congruence. 4 no, 6 no, 7 no, 1.9 no. All right, gang, sorry about that. We have used 2 different trade strategies this morning, the 10-point trade signal and the thick orange line trade signal. We've gone through 24 pairs and didn't find a good setup. Sometimes the best trade you take is the trade that you don't. We only need 1, 2, 3 good trades a day, and you're going to be able to make some money. So thank you for joining me. We'll make you a good trader. If you want to get a hold of me, you can do that by scheduling an appointment at www.forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. As I said, tomorrow I am traveling, so I won't be available tomorrow, but the Thursday and Friday I will. And probably tomorrow night there won't be a trade sent out, but there will be one tonight. Okay, thanks so much, and we will see you again Thursday morning. Bye-bye.